Good everyone, my name is Graphics. In this video, you will learn on how to convert an isometric drawing into an orthographic drawing. At the same time, you also learn how to draw the isometric drawing in orthographic drawing when it is what? Sectioned. Now, if you look at this problem here, right, the problem says figure 7, which is this figure, shows a solid bracket with a web. Draw the following orthographic views, full scale in first angle projection. Front elevation and the direction of the arrow X. And the next question is sectioned end elevation along SS. And the last one is the plan. So we have to do three things. To draw the front elevation in direction of what? Of X, that's what you can see here. And we should draw the sectioned end elevation. So we have the elevation, we have the end elevation, we also have the section end elevation, which I'm going to explain to you now, and also what? The plan. First of all, let us translate this into orthographic projection, right? Let's split it, let's explode it. In AutoCAD, we call it, we want to explode these parts, right? So let's show you the different views that we have here. Now, if I project each of this side. The first one is say we should we should draw the front elevation, right? So if I project this, let's see what will be in the front elevation. So watch closely and see. If I project this way, or this edge, right? I project here this way. I project here this way. I come to this part here, or better still, I project here this way. I move here too. I project here too, or the edge. Then the base here, I project it too. And here, I project it too. So one thing you need to understand is this. These two parts is in the same level with these two parts, right? So if you're looking at it from the side XX, this is the side XX here as shown in the diagram. So you realize that these two is connected. So if you trace the line up to this point, you realize that both of them are what? Are selected. So I'll just connect both of them this way. You can see that, put it from here to this point. These two lines is what? This and this is connected. You can see that. Now the next thing I'm going to do is that if I still project it this way, project everything out on a straight line as if I'm carving out a box. Projecting everything out on a straight line. This is where the line ends. I mean this edge here, if I project this box out here, this is where it ends, right? Then here also, this is when the entire box ends here. So let me make it to form out the box first. So if I form out this box, so it will guide me. So this is the box we have. So this is like your mirror, right? So when I project these two ends, it meets on this line, which is what we have here. Then this side, these two ends here, this base here is what we have here, while this one will be here. So what we'll just do, I will thicken it this way. Can see that? Now, from here to here is also ticking. So I'm going to thicken here too, this way. Right? From here to here is ticking, so I'll thicken from here to the ending here because this line is intersects with here. This line intersects with here. This is what we have here. Like I'm casting my image on a wall. The image of this on a wall. From here to here is thickened. So I'm going to thicken from here to here. So if I do that, I'll have this. So again, now from here is connected to here, and this point is this point here, and this point is this point here. So I'm going to connect both of them together. this way. Then I'm going to connect here too, this way. You can see that. Now similarly, there's a web. This is what we call the web here, right? Is here. So what I will do is, to make it easier for me, right? I know that this web, this is the line connected to this top here as my reference point, here to our reference point. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just get those 2 points. This point, I will not draw them out to just to guide me to this point, and here to this point. So if I should bring it down like this, so I cannot project my web. So this point here, I'll project it out. So where it touch here, that is where my line will be. So I'll just connect these 2 points together. So from here to here is from here to here. I can easily just project this. If I don't want to just meet, so where those 2 lines meet, I will join them together. And the rest is this point here. If I project it, you realize that it's also on the same level. If I project this point here, if it's well placed, I project it here, you see, and here too, you see. So you'll be seeing it as a straight line. So if you're looking from the front, this is what you're going to see. My web will be like a rectangle, because if you're looking an inclined line from a distance, to look like what? A rectangle. So this is what we have here. So this is how my front elevation will look like, the direction of what? The line XX. So this is what I'm going to draw, right? So if I'm to draw this first, because the question says front elevation, so I'm going to take my set square, right? This is what I'm going to do here. I will draw my 4 cardinal points. You can click on this link here to tell you how you arrange your 4 cardinal points. But just for the benefit of the newcomers, what you just do is you draw your line this way. You're going to draw the line this way, the vertical line, and you're going to draw the horizontal line too. You draw the horizontal line too this way. You can see that. Now you measure a distance. Let's say maybe 5. Let me make it small. It can be 10. It can be 5. So if I measure from here to here, let me put it this way. So I'll measure 5 up. I'll measure 5 down. I'll put this way also, from 1 to the right, 5, to the left, 5. Then I'll use my instrument to draw the horizontal. I'll draw the horizontal. You can see that. Then I'll place it here. I'll draw the vertical across that line, that point. Draw the vertical. You can see that this is the first step you do when you are drawing in what? In orthographic what? Orthographic view. Let me bring it down. In orthographic view, that's the first thing you do. Now I want to draw this. So this is the first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. If I draw this elevation, front elevation, in any of these 2 quadrants, it means I want to draw in first angle projection. So when you have the elevation that you are considering on top of the quadrant, you see it's in first angle projection. Like now I want to draw this. So the normal way you can do is that if it falls in between, if this diagram falls here or here, is in first angle projection. So we like drawing it at the second quadrant. So if I place it here, this is what I want to draw here. So let's see. From the diagram, we discovered that from here to here is given as what? 70. Well, I don't have to stress myself. Either you measure 70 to your meter rule, I'll just take this distance from here like this. That is if you are following your measurements. So you measure 70 on your meter rule because from here to here is 70, which is the same thing as saying from here to here. So I'll just place it here this way. This is my reference point and I'll mark. So that point I am going to thicken. So from here to here is thickened this way. You can see that. Now the height from the diagram, the height is given as what? 20. As you can see in the diagram, the height is given as what? 20. So I'll measure 20 from here to here. 20. Right? So I can easily just project here up a little bit with my set square and t square, and thicken it because from here to here is thickened. And also I'll thicken here too. And I'll thicken here too. So I've already drawn, let me say, the part of what? The part A. I've drawn it out. Now the next thing is the height. So what I'll simply do here is that I know that from here, right, to this point here is the height. So we know the entire height. Let me put it, the entire height is 70, right? That is 20 plus 50. So the entire height is 70. I'll just mark 70 to get the topmost part there. So this is the 70 here. Now the next thing is, we know very well that I can easily say from this end here to this end is just what I'm trying to do, is just to replicate the diagram I have here. So from this end here, or I can easily get the center, I can just say from this part here to this part is the center, right? And which is if from here to here is 70, that means to the center is what? 35. So you just measure 35 to get the center of this diagram here. 35 here. And you rule it down. You rule it down. So either you take your measurement from here, or you just measure them from, so that is the center that we have here. Right? Now we know that from this center here to the left is 20, and to the right is also 20, because from here, if you look at the diagram, from here to here is what? 40. So half of it is 20. So if I place it here, I'll measure 20 to the left, 20 to the right, and I'm going to join these two together. And I'm going to join this together. So we're just replicating. I'm just showing you how you go about it. Then I'll close it up. Now I've drawn from here like this. How I have drawn, right? And the next thing is to draw the web. So we know very well that from the diagram, from here to here is 10. So I'll measure from here to here is, from here to here is 10. So I will measure 10 here. So let me measure the 10 with my meter rule. I'll measure the 10 with my meter rule like this. This is the 10 here. So that is where I'll start. And we know very well that from here to here is 10. So I'll just take my meter rule, taking 0.3 as reference point. So I'll measure 5 to the left and 5 to the right. That will give me my 10, right? So I'll just thicken it. Then bring it down. Bring it down. So we're done with that. So that is question 1. Solved. It says front elevation in direction of the x. So this direction is x. This is where it is, front elevation. Now the next thing we are going to do is to draw the plan, right? Or we should draw what? We should the sectioned end elevation along SX. Now look at the diagram very well. This line you see is along XX. So let me just draw the line here so you see what I'm trying to talk about. So at this point, if I sectioned along one here and come again here and stop here. So this is the line section XX along the line here. I come here. Okay, this is what we have here. You see along the line SS, so my arrow is facing this direction here. This is the arrow here that we're talking about. SX. And here too. That is what they are asking us to do. They're okay, we're looking at this side SX. We'll look at here, what are we going to see? First of all, before we show the line XX, let's see how the end elevation will look like. Should I project? So let me project so we'll see what's happening. So it will be from this side here. So I'll repeat the same procedure. I am going to project this point here, just like I did in the first one. Project this point here in this direction. I'll come here to project this in this direction. I'll come here also, project this in this direction. I'll come here too. I'll project this in this direction. Also, the top here, if you look at this line, I'll just project that up. Just project that up. And here too. And I'll explain why I'm doing that. So if you look at our diagram very well, this line here is this line, while this one here is here. That is just the frame. So let me just join them up first. I'll just draw a line from here to here. This line, so I won't make any mistake, to this line. Front line first. Then connect it to this base here. That is the complete figure. Then connect this to this base here. This base here. So that is the frame that I want to carve out my figure out from. So let's see that. So let's go and see. So let's carve it out. Now what do you notice? This point is this point here. And this point, if you trace it, is this point here. And it is what? Ticking. So I'm going to tick it. I want to tick here too. Right? From here to here, sticking too. I'm going to tick in here too. From here to here, sticking too. I'm going to tick in here too. You can see that. Now the next thing is this point. This point is this point here. This point, let me project it to get it too. One thing you need to know, you don't have to do all this in the exam. This is what you're after. So don't get carried away. This is exactly what you're after. So then I'm going to connect these two together. So connecting from this point to this point, right? Then this point here that I projected to this point, I'm going to connect it the way it is there. Then from here to here is closed up, so I'm going to close it up. Can you see that? Now the next thing is the web. So let's see. So from the web here, this is the height of the web. You can see that. So if I project it, this is where it stops. Then this is where it reaches. If I project this, where it stops. I'm just going to just connect those 2 points together. From this point straight down to this point. So this is what we are going to be having. This side here is the side here. From here to here is here, and here is here. So that is it. I told you whenever I see an inclined line, it's in the form of a straight line from afar. So this is what we are supposed to draw here, right? This is the end elevation. So, but the question is not telling us, assuming they didn't tell us the section viewed, that we would have just drawn this at this point here. But because they told us the section view, this is what we ought to draw. So it means that you are cutting here off. So if you are cutting it off, all the parts you are cutting will be sectioned. So let's do that and see. So what? Sectioned. So if I use, it will be at an angle of what? 45. So if I use this, I have to just start sectioning them away, right? So I will draw this diagram here. I'm going to draw it here. So let me draw it and see. So let's start. I'll take this. The length is given as 50 from the diagram, which you can see. I'll come here. I'll mark the 50 here. As this is it is thickened. I'll take my rule. I'm going to what? Thicken it. You see that? Then the next one, the height from here to here is this, which I am going to what? Thicken here. Also, the same height as that of the elevation. So I'll thicken it this way. Right? So the thickness is the same. So this, the thickness here is just the same as this, because from here to here is the same thing as saying from here to here, which is the same from here to here. So it's just the same length, the same thickness as that of the elevation. So I'll just stick in from here, but from here straight down here. And the next one is here to here, which is somewhere around here. So how does do is I'll just mark it to this point, and I'll place it here. Place it at this point. Now mark it up. Now mark it up this way. Faint line first, because I'm not sure the length of it. So I'll now use this to cover it up. Before, I will now thicken this. You can see that? Now, the next thing is now the web. It is easy. You just have to take this in this direction. So the web will start from here. And the next one is from here to here is 10 from the diagram. Or you can easily just measure. That is from this point to this point. So you measure 10 from the diagram, which is what you're seeing on the screen. From here to here is 10. So here is here. Right? So I'll just connect this to this. Can you see that? I'm going to connect that to this. Right down there. So once I've done that, now, but would have left it this way. You get me? Would have left it this way, but the question says it is what? Sectioned. So we are going to section everything you see here, but except for one thing, section, and that will be the web. In sectioning, there's some parts you don't really section. You don't section fasteners, like your bolt and nut, you don't section it. You don't section the web, and this is the web, so you don't section the web. So what you just do here is you just take your rule, stand your 45-degree set square, and you start. If I place it here, I'll be having, let me just say, evenly distributed, this, this, this. Let me do this too. This is here, this, this. So this is what we have. At an angle of what? 45 degree. So that is the other part of what we are told to do. So we've completed problem 2. Now we're going to the last one, which is the plan. So the plan is always under the front elevation, right? The end view is always beside the front elevation, while the plan is always under or on top the front elevation. Now, what you just do here is just to project. Let's see if we want to get that. So I'll project this point down. Let me come down here. So if I should project this downward, so let's do that. This will come down here. So we're looking at it from the top. What are we going to see? We're going to see this. Let me draw the 4 corners first. These are the 4 corners. This is one corner here, so I'm projecting it down. Mind you, I can still do it up. Do you get me? So I'm going to join the 4 corners. So this to this, and you will not be asked to do what is. I'm just explaining to you what you're going to see. You just approve of what you're going to see. So connect this, and also I will connect this. Then to this. So I've drawn the 4 corners that I need here. So from that 4 corners, I'm going to carve out what I want. Now, if you look from the top, right, there's a thickness here, which is this. So let me project it down. Or better still, let me bring this down from this end here. It will come down and I'll touch here. I see that? This other end, it will come down and I'll touch here. Is that taken? And the thickness also, if I bring this down this way, this end here, so the thickness will fall here. So I'm going to thicken. Let's draw this. So I'll be seeing this part here. So if I should thicken this point, I'll also tick in here too. Then tick in here too. Then wonderful. Then I'll close everything because I'll be seeing this sides here. Just close everything up. I'll close all the things up. And I'll close it up too. And here too. So why did I do that? You see A, you see B, and you see C somewhere around here. So this is A, this is B, and this is what C, because it is what inclined. So you are going to see it. Now the next thing I'm going to do is the web. If you look at the diagram, from here to here is 10, right? So if I should get the center of that diagram here, and this is the center here, half of 40 is 20 here, or half of 70 is 35. So that's the center there. So what I'll just do is I'll measure 10 from here backward to get this. So we know that 10, you measure 10 in your meter rule, and you place it. So that is where the web will lie. So we know the distance between the web here is 10. So I'll use 5 as my reference point. I'll measure 5 to the left, 5 to the right. And I'll just join this way. Then this way. And close it up. And also here up to click in here. And click in here. Click in here. So this is how the plan will look like. Looking at it from the top, this is what you're going to have as the plan. So this is what I'm going to place below this elevation. I believe you can do that yourself. So I'll place it below here. So let's just do that. So I'll project this downward. It's already done already. Wow. And from here to here is from here to here, and it is thickened. Or if you want to help yourself, just take your 45 degrees set square, place it here, and connect from the center point here. Then you draw this, and you bring it out. At this point, you connect them to the horizontal line. Then use your set square, your T-square, and you draw it this way. That taken. So this thickness you see here, which is the thickness here, right? Is also this thickness. So that means from here to here is thickened. You know it is 20. From here to here is 20. So I'll just thicken it. And I'll also what thicken it. Now if I bring this down, connect it, bring this down, connect it. So we know that from here to here is thickened, and from here to here is also thickened. And this is what we have here. And the four corners are also thickened too. From here, straight down here, and from here, straight down here. Then I'll close it up. Right? So the last one of the list is the web. So just draw this and this. We know that from the center line, from here to here is 10. So just measure your 10. Let me just take this and measure it. So this is the 10 here. And I'll close it up. Close it up. And we have it. So this is what we are told to do. This is just an explanation. This is what you are told to do in the problem. So if you want more videos on how to understand more about converting isometric into orthographic projection, just click this link at the top right corner here and we are good to go. So if you found the video helpful, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button. Thanks for watching.